Hi Pokemon trainers, Trainer Teets here, and today we'll be having a look at Charizard's abilities for Pokemon Unite. This is all pre-release information for Charizard, so things may change when the game is released on Switch in July and mobile in September. Let's go Charizard!
This ought to be a cinch for us, right?
You will start off as Charmander, evolving into Charmeleon at level 5 and then Charizard at level 9. For his base stats out of 10, Charizard has 7 offense, 6 endurance, 5 mobility, 6 scoring, and 1 support. So pretty low on the support, but the rest of his stats are more balanced out. Charizard's passive is Blaze. When Charizard is at half HP or less, its critical hit rate is increased. His basic attack, he just attacks enemies within range. His first ability is Flame Burst. This ability has a 6-second cooldown and is ranged. Flame Burst attacks enemies with a burning flame, leaving opposing Pokemon burnt. Because Pokemon uses movesets, meaning you can customize your moves for each battle, you have 2 options when upgrading this ability. The first option is Flamethrower. 6-second cooldown and is also ranged. At level 5, you'll attack with an intense blast of fire, leaving opposing Pokemon burnt. At level 11, the damage of this and the burn is increased. From what I understand, I feel that burn damage will be some sort of tick damage left afterwards, or it could be some effect from your abilities. Instead of Flamethrower, you can upgrade this to Fire Punch, a 6-second cooldown and is a dash ability. At level 5, it will launch forward with a Fist of Flames, dealing additional damage to burnt enemies. At level 11, basic attacks reduce the cooldown. It does not specify if it is your basic attack or enemy basic attacks, but if it works like most other MOBAs, it may just be your own basic attacks. But it's good to note here that you will deal additional damage to burned enemies, so this ability seems great to pair up with abilities that apply burn. Your second ability is Fire Spin, 10-second cooldown and affects an area. You'll launch a flame vortex at the target location, dealing damage and slowing enemies hit. So this is basically your area damage and crowd control, great for multiple enemies and team fights. You can then upgrade this ability at level 7, Fire Blast, with a 10-second cooldown, also affecting an area, attacks with an intense blast of fire, flames will continue to burn the ground, opposing Pokemon in the area effect receive damage over time. This will also reduce the movement speed of opposing Pokemon for a short time. At level 13, the damage will be increased. So this ability seems to act as a zone of, meaning enemy Pokemon cannot move into that area, to avoid this ability and also give crowd control and damage. The other option is Flare Blitz, 10-second cooldown and a dash. At level 7, you'll charge forward in flames, throwing opposing Pokemon in the air. This will also grant you a shield. At level 13, it will reduce enemy movement speed. This ability is mobility, damage, and crowd control, as it seems to provide a knock-up and a movement slow. And the last ability, your ultimate/unite move, says McSlam. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It is classified as a sure hit, so this is a new term I'm not familiar with in MOBAs, but my guess is that it will hit the target no matter what. Charizard flies in the air, attacking opponents and gaining invulnerability while in this Unite move. If you activate this ability again, it will do a seismic toss to a target, leaving them unable to attack. I'm assuming this will deal damage as well, but other than that, this is a great way to get enemies you don't want out of fights or team fights, since it prevents them from using their abilities and such. So from what I gather of all of this, Charizard comes off as a warrior class type in MOBA terms, where he deals damage, can someone frontline and keep damage off him with his shield, but this all depends on what kind of moveset you give him. He seems to work really well in team fights with his crowd controls, making him a great addition to team fights. And that is all for today's video. I will be making a guide and gameplay for Charizard once the game is out on the Switch. Thanks for watching trainers. Which Pokemon would you like me to dive in next? Let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe and click the bell for more Pokemon Unite guides, gameplays, and news. Like the video if you're excited for Pokemon Unite. I hope to see you for the next one. Bye!